Hello, this is James Matthew Hamilton, and this is going to be a demo of my server and client R TCP files and socket connections. So we have two files right here in R. Right now we have RStudio opened. We have a server file and a client file. And let's quickly look at the server file. We did some interesting things here. So the assignment was to we'll just go through here line by line, but the assignment was to change the user input text to uppercase, but we also have the option to change it to lowercase, to save it to the server, and to read whatever is saved to the server, which is quite interesting. Okay, so first of all, we've made this in a function, and we've set our working directory. The only reason we're setting our working directory is because we are going to be saving and reading files to the server in this. Was not necessary, but it was a fun side thing. So first we have the server say that it's listening. This is just to let you know it's running. The second thing, we did something unique here. So we could manually enter the IP address or select localhost, but I figured out a function that works on Mac that finds your IP address for you. So this should work on any Mac computer. And what it will do is go into system config, and it will go to line 15, which is the line with the IP address on Mac, and it will only take in characters 7 through 18, which is the IP address exactly. Okay, next we have our socket connection function here, and this is where that IP address comes in handy, but you could also just manually enter your IP address in here. Port's not too important either. Blocking, anyway, this is our server, so we've set that to true. Next, we're going to read two commands from the user. We have a text and an action, and I think we should go ahead and switch over here to client.r to get a better understanding of this. So we have our server starting up here and waiting, and that's as far as we've gotten in this explanation. But now let's look at client. So client does the same thing. It figures out your IP address. It starts the socket connection with that IP address, which you can also enter manually. Same port. This is not a service. This is set to false. So the user asked two questions. To enter the numbers to be converted, the user will enter the text to be converted, and then you have the option to convert it to uppercase, lowercase, save it to the server, or read it from the server. There's also a hidden option to quit. So both of those get sent to the server right here. The text and the action gets sent to the server, and we'll go back over to the server here. Okay, now it's received the text and action right here. It's going to go through, it's going to check the action in these 4 if statements here, and then that's you're selecting if you want uppercase, lowercase, to save it, or to read what you saved. And what it's going to do is it's going to do its conversions in each of these if statements. We won't go into that. It's not very important for the networking. The saving was pretty fun, though. We're just writing it as a text file, whatever the user had inputted, and then we're also reading here. All right, so once that's complete, we go ahead and print that we're returning to sender just to know, and we're sending some stuff C's back here to the client. And let's see here. So yep, the client is going to receive that message from the server, which is saved as this right here, and it's going to write it out. So this was a pretty fun assignment. It's some interesting additions. Let's go ahead and demo it real quick, because that's probably the most important part. So I like to run this in the command line. I got everything kind of set up. So we went ahead and ran the R script for the server. It's listening now. Now we're going to run our client. There we go. Enter text to be converted. So we have dog. And we're going to convert that to uppercase with the option U. And there we go. The server's response is dog. And now we can go again. This is an infinite while loop. And as you can see, we can see just some interesting commands. The user noting that the server noting that the user is requesting uppercase for dog. Now we're returning to sender, so everything went through perfectly. Now let's try something else. Let's try cat. Right here. We're going to convert cat to lowercase. There we go. Cat's to lowercase. We check the server. Very similar thing happened. Now let's see if we want to save something to the server real quick. So, what text are we going to save to the server? So let's save hello world. Alright, we're going to save this one to the server. That's our option we're selecting. Alright, now it says we saved it to the server. Now we're going to check behind the scenes. We'll read it in just a second, but it sent it to the server, it says here. And also the server says it's saved. But we'll just check the files here real quick. We'll see a text file here, hello world. We'll also see our client and server files, but this is our storage.txt file. So now we'll read what we just sent to the server. So now this part does not matter. And read. There you go. The server response, hello world. 3 exclamation points and everything. All right, and that is a quick demo of my R TCP server. And let me go into just a second. The reason I do this in R is because I do a lot of work in R at work, and it's also very important for bioinformatics. So I think it would be good to learn how to do the TCP connection through R. Although I have done something similar in C. C is a little extra to do with C, but very similar concept. And there we go. That should be everything. Like I said, this project was pretty fun the first time I had done this in R and actually done a server on my own like this. Alrighty.